સિલેક્ટ કરવાનું કાંઈ નથી. So specific learning objectives of DNA repair mechanism session are: you will be able to understand about the types of DNA repair mechanisms and which are processes of DNA repair mechanisms. First, how damage to DNA occurs. Sometimes even after the proofreading and mismatch repair during the replication. In replication we have seen that if there is a mismatch base has been introduced into the newly synthesized strand, then it can be proofreaded by another types DNA polymerase that have 3' 5' exonuclease activity. So these mismatch base can be removed out and actual complementary nucleotide base will be added there and replication will be again further move. But if sometimes what happen, despite of proofreading and mismatch repair, there may be damage to DNA remains because of certain times this proofreading cannot be see the actual base pair between the newly synthesized strand and template strand, or either certain compounds, chemical compounds or environmental compounds or certain compounds which are produced in the cell, they can also leads to DNA damage, that is known as the mutagens. These mutagens causes the mutations. If damage cannot be repaired, these mutations cannot be repaired, there may leads to the permanent mutation in the cell and it may leads to the cancer. So this is the exonucleolytic proofreading activity that occurs normally in the replication. Once after the replication fork move ahead, then there is a DNA polymerase, they will go backwards from the actual, this is the newly synthesized strand 5' to 3'. Once the replication fork move ahead, this DNA polymerase, they will move backwards for in 3' 5' direction to see the proofreading activity, that it will see that there should be a complementary base is added or mismatch base pair is added. So first DNA polymerase starts working by adding new bases one by one in replication. Second, in the new strand, if there is a instead of thiamine, this A should be complementary base with thiamine in the newly synthesized strand. So if there is a due to mismatch one C is incorrectly added, this blocks the further elongation. So after that there will be elongation cannot be occur because there is a new, this thiamine cannot be attached here. So third step, 3' 5' exonuclease activity of DNA polymerase enzyme, they will remove out this cytosine, mismatch cytosine, and after that this DNA polymerase, they will again add the actual complementary base, that is thiamine here in the direction opposite direction of adenine. So DNA damage must be repaired. Why it requires repairing? To maintain the integrity of genetic information and to prevent the propagation of mutations. So DNA damage is required to maintain integrity of the genetic information, which is may be transferred from one generation to the other generation, or to prevent the propagation of mutation. Mutation can be prevented out by DNA repair. Mainly three types of the DNA repair systems are there. One is mismatch repair, then base excision repair, and nucleotide excision repair. How there is a DNA damage can occur? So three different types of the DNA damage. Single base alteration, only one base can be altered, two base can be altered, chain breaks can occur, or cross linkage can occur. Single base alteration occurs either by deamination, either by depurination, either by insertion or deletion of nucleotides, either by base analog incorporation. Two base alteration may be occurs by UV light. Mainly UV light can lead to the pyrimidine dimer formation. Mainly pyrimidine dimer occurs between the two adjacent thiamine residues. Then chain breaks, it may occur due to free radical activity. Directly free radical will lead to the chain breaks, or it may lead to the ionizing radiation. Cross linkage between the bases of the same or opposite strand can be occur, or cross linkage can occur between the DNA and the protein molecule. Mechanisms of DNA repair. This is the general mechanism. First, there should be a recognition of mismatched region or distorted region of the DNA. It should be recognized first. Then after recognition, this distorted region or damaged region should be excised. It should be removed out from that DNA strand. Then after that remove out, this gap should be filled up by the damaged DNA by DNA polymerase. From where it is excised, it should be filled up by DNA polymerase enzyme. Then NICs, which is produced by this filling up gap, this NIC is sealed by the DNA ligase enzyme in repaired strand. First we discuss about the mismatch repair. Now in general, in the any repairing mostly requires in the newly synthesized strand, and when the repairing is required, it is must require to first identify where there is a which is the actual newly synthesized strand and which is the original template or parent strand. Parent strand is normal, but there is a mismatch or damage occurs in the mainly newly synthesized strand. So these newly synthesized strand that can be first identified. So it is identified, that is strand discrimination, by methylation of old DNA, that is template DNA. Once the replication fork will be move ahead, the template strand in this sequence around in 5' end, if GATC sequence is there, this adenine molecule becomes methylated. So in between two sequence, adenine molecule is methylated, and then in between that, in the complementary strand, there is a newly synthesized strand. If there is any mismatch occurs, it can be repaired out. Why this methylation occurs? Methylation is just to identify the which is the template strand and which is the newly synthesized strand. So as the methylation occurs in the template strand, we have to only recognize the non-methylated strand, that is our newly synthesized strand. So this replication mismatch which occurs in the vicinity, that is in the around the area of methylated this GATC sequence, then repaired according to the information which are, or there is a which nucleotide is present in methylated template strand. Then this region including this mismatch pair. Here in mismatch repair, not only the mismatch base is removed, but along with that some of the portion, some region of the newly damaged DNA is removed out from the unmethylated strand, and it is replaced by the actual complementary nucleotides from the template strand. For this activity in mismatch repair, three proteins mainly are required for recognition of the defect and to make the nick sealing. Mutage and mutal. These both recognize the mutation, and nick is sealed by the DNA ligase enzyme. So this is the mismatch repair. How it occurs? Here you can see in green it is a template strand, parent strand, and this in red color it is a newly synthesized strand. So once this replication, suppose replication forks comes up to this point, then once the replication forks move ahead by helicase enzyme, then in parent strand it is becomes methylated at of adenine nucleotide in N6 position around 5 prime end of the strand, and then it is required to identify which is the template strand and which is newly synthesized strand for the repair enzymes. So this is methylated strand and this is unmethylated, that is our newly synthesized strand. So here you can see if there is any mismatch occur, here the mismatch is occur. G is original nucleotide in the parent strand, and in place of the cytosine it should be complement with the cytosine nucleotide base, but here the because of the mismatch this thymine is added by DNA polymerase enzyme. So this methylation is occurs as a normal process after the replication fork move ahead. Then because and then there will be the recognition of this mismatch that by mutase, mutal and mut-H protein that occurs in the vicinity of this GATC sequence, and here the mismatch area it is recognized and by mainly two proteins, mut-S and mut-L proteins. While this mut-H protein it will leads to the strand break. Here around some nucleotides beyond the defective base there will be the strand is break down by mut-H protein. So these three protein mut-S and mut-L and mut-H, then this cleavage of backbone, this cleavage in the vicinity of the mismatch, this is the nearby area to the mismatch, and removal of this thymine nucleotide also by exonuclease 1 after cutting down here, then exonuclease 1 enzyme will come and they will degrade the nucleotide sequence up to certain portion which includes the damaged nucleotide also. So there is a now gap is occurs. So this gap occurs and this gap is now filled by the DNA polymerase enzyme from 5 prime to 3 prime direction, and whatever nick is present it is sealed by the DNA ligase enzyme. So this is the mismatch repair which we have seen in the graph, in figure. So that is the example of GT mismatch. What happened? First mismatch is recognized by mut-S protein, then mut-H cleaves the backbone in vicinity of the mismatch, then exonuclease 1 it removes the segment of erroneous or mismatch T base. Then this process requires combined action of DNA helicase enzyme for separation, single strand binding protein for making the binding of single strand DNA, then exonuclease enzyme, DNA polymerase and DNA ligase enzyme. If there is a due to these any problem due to in this type of the proteins, if there is a mismatch repair cannot be repaired by this protein, it will leads to the permanent remaining of mismatch base in the DNA, and that can lead to the increased risk of the hereditary non-polyposis colonic cancer or Lynch syndrome. In this type of the patient, this hereditary non-polyposis colon cancer, it has been found mismatch repair which cannot be repaired by this type of the protein. So this was all about the mismatch repair. Now it comes to the base excision repair. So if there is a mismatch base is present in mismatch repair, along with the damaged nucleotide, some portion of the DNA is also cut out. But here in base excision repair, only mismatch base is only removed out rather than removed out the certain portion of the DNA. So base of the DNA can be altered. Either it can be altered spontaneously, like cytosine can be converted to uracil by demethylation, or by action of certain deamination compounds, or by action of certain alkylating compounds. Now lesions involving base alteration of loss can be corrected by base excision repair mechanism. This type of base altered can be repaired by base excision repair. What happens in the base excision repair? First, this type of the protein or enzyme, DNA glycosylase. It removes the only altered base by cleaving the N-glycosyl bond that occurs between the nitrogenous base and ribose sugar. That is the N1 or N9 glycosidic linkage between the nucleotide base and there is a ribose sugar. So this only base is removed out, but ribose sugar and phosphorus will remain as such. So there is a no phosphodiester bond breaking down happen. So this will create apurinic or apyrimid. If there is a base is purine, then it is known as apurinic site, or if it is base is pyrimidine, it is known as apyrimidic sites. And after that, epiendonuclease enzyme, it will cut the strand containing that small epi site, and then segment of DNA including epi site is removed out. Then DNA polymerase 1 initiates the repair synthesis and DNA ligase seals the remaining nick. Here you can see this is the base excision repair. It doesn't require any methylation of the template strand. So here what happened, if there is a unusual as you can see in the complementary to this guanine, uracil is present. So DNA glycosylase enzyme will come, and as it is the uracil, so uracil DNA glycosylase enzyme will come. It will remove this nucleotide base only, but this phosphodiester bond remain as such, and ribose sugar is remain, deoxyribose sugar remain as such. Then epiendonuclease enzyme, that it breaks down this bond. Epi means apurinic or apyrimidine site. That only the endonuclease enzyme will come, and it will issue the cleavage of phosphodiester bond, and then the DNA polymerase will come, and it will attach here the actual cytosine molecule in place of this guanine. So this is the base excision repair mechanism. First, DNA glycosylase enzyme, it removes the altered base only by cleaving the N-glycosidic linkage bond between the base and deoxyribose sugar. So it will create apurinic or apyrimidinic sites in the DNA. That is also known as episites or abasic sites. This epiendonuclease enzyme then cuts DNA strand containing epi site. Here, this epiendonuclease cut here. A segment of DNA, that is only that deoxyribonucleotide or deoxyribose phosphorus will be removed out by epiendonuclease enzyme. Then DNA polymerase 1, it will repair by placing the incorporating the actual nucleotide that is complementary to parent strand, and then the nick is present, that is gap between the two adjacent nucleotide is sealed by DNA ligase enzyme. So that is all about the base excision repair. Now comes to the last repair DNA repair mechanism, that is nucleotide excision repair. Here the which is the main enzyme, so it is the excinuclease is the main enzyme. What is the excinuclease? There are three types of the nuclease: endonuclease, ectonuclease and excinuclease. This excinuclease, endonuclease can act only inside the bond that are present inside the DNA strand. Ectonuclease can act only the side, or there is a bond which are present in the both sides of the strand. But excinuclease, they can hydrolyze the two phosphodiester bonds, one on either sides of the distortion caused by the lesion. So where is the actual damaged DNA is there, on both sides this DNA can be cut out by excinuclease enzyme. So by excinuclease enzyme, there should be some DNA strand can be removed out, which includes the distorted portion of the lesion. So in prokaryotes, this enzyme will generate around 12 to 13 nucleotides of fragment which is removed out, while in eukaryotes it can generate more somewhat of the more length fragment, that is 27 to 29 nucleotide long fragments is removed out by this Xe nuclease enzyme. After removed out this portion, there is a gap is present. This gap is filled out by the DNA polymerase 1 in prokaryotes, that is DNA repair enzyme, and DNA polymerase epsilon in humans, that is only leading strand synthesis enzyme, and the neck is sealed by the DNA ligase enzyme. So DNA can be repaired. As an example here, first you see this slide which shows there is a dimer of thymine bases which occurs mainly due to UV radiation. So these two adjacent thymine nucleotides, this is the template strand, or this is a suppose DNA strand which contains here phosphodiester bond here, phosphodiester bond here, and this is the here the deoxyribose sugar, here deoxyribose sugar, and this is the base. These are the two adjacent thymine bases. This is the glycosidic linkage. So here these thymine bases, there should be not in between two thymine bases, there should be no any bond, but due to UV radiation it will lead to the dimer formation between two thymine bases. How it is repaired? Suppose this is the DNA lesion due to thymine dimer, this is the DNA damage due to thymine dimer. So these thymine dimer, they cannot leads to binding with complementary strand after the complete replication. So this lesion thymine dimer, it is excised by around 12 nucleotides in prokaryotes mainly, by which enzyme? Xe nuclease enzyme. The name of the Xe nuclease enzyme in prokaryotes is UVR-ABC protein. There are the three complex protein, A protein, B protein and C protein in Xe nuclease enzyme. So what it will do? It will produce the cut on the both side, here, here and here. So there is a small fragment is removed out which includes the DNA lesion. After this removal of the fragment, the DNA synthesis occurs by DNA polymerase 1 in prokaryotes. By, as there is a some nucleotide is already present, this will add actual deoxyribonucleotide which is complementary to the opposite strand. And once there is a last nucleotide reach, there is a nick is present. This nick is sealed by joining the, there is sealed by the DNA ligase enzyme. So that is about the nucleotide excision repair. So these are the mainly DNA repair mechanisms. Mismatch repair. Defect is copying error around 1 to 5 bases may be unpaired, sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So what happened in that condition? First there is a methylation occurs in the template strand, then there is a three proteins mute S, mute H and mute L will come. It will recognize the defect in the DNA strand, then it will cut out by mute H protein, then this digestion occur. After that there is a filling of the gap occurs by the DNA polymerase enzyme and nick is sealed by the DNA ligase enzyme. Then nucleotide excision repair, that occurs due to chemical damage to the segment. Around 30 bases is removed, then correct bases are added by DNA polymerase enzyme. Here the main enzyme which cuts the or which removes the lesion is Xe nuclease enzyme. Then base excision repair, that occurs due to chemical damage to the single base only. The base is removed by and glycosylase enzyme. We have seen in the example uracil glycosylase enzyme, and the actual new base is added. Then double strand break, it occurs due to free radicals or radiation, and double strand break can be repaired by unwinding, alignment and ligation. That is recombination, non-homologous and the homologous recombination. That is double strand break repair. But these three is the main important: mismatch repair, nucleotide excision repair and base excision repair. Now, which are the diseases associated with the DNA repair mechanism? Suppose this DNA damage cannot be repaired, or suppose there is a defect in the DNA repair mechanism, it may lead to the certain disorder. As an example, two disorder, xeroderma pigmentosum and Cockayne syndrome, that both occurs due to nucleotide excision repair defective mechanism. Here, xeroderma pigmentosum occurs due to sensitivity to UV light and it can lead to the skin cancer. In Cockayne syndrome, it leads to the stunted growth and mental retardation. Then ataxia telangiectasia. It occurs due to defective ATM gene. This gene is required in prokaryotes or eukaryotes for the recognition of the defect. It may lead to the, due to not defect is not recognized, it cannot be repaired. It can lead to the sensitivity to the UV light and lymphoreticular neoplasm. Then Fanconi's anemia, it can occur due to defective DNA cross-link repair that can increase chances of the cancer. Bloom syndrome due to defect in the DNA ligase or helicase enzyme. Suppose DNA ligase is not properly working, then this repair cannot be occur. It can lead to the lymphoreticular neoplasm. And lastly is the, if there is a defect in the mismatch repair, it can lead to the first hereditary non-polyposis colonic cancer. It is a non-neoplastic condition, but if it cannot be repaired out, it may lead to the cancer. So you should know about example of this xeroderma pigmentosum, Cockayne syndrome, ataxia telangiectasia, Fanconi's anemia, Bloom syndrome, and hereditary non-polyposis colonic cancer. In MCQ, may be asked like Cockayne syndrome occurs due to defect in which type of the DNA repair mechanism. So answer is nucleotide excision repair defect. This Lynch syndrome or hereditary non-polyposis colonic cancer, it occurs due to defect in which DNA repair mechanism. So it is defect in the mismatch repair. So likewise it. So this was all about the DNA repair mechanism. Very important topic. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Thank you for your attention.